Bears at Giants. The lines have just come out and has had no change, at least as to an hour and a half ago. Open Bears -4.5. Total opened up 45. Bears coming off extra rest after their 23-16 Thanksgiving Day win over the Lions. Chase Daniel looked pretty good, as you mentioned, that you predicted would happen. 27 for 37, 230 yards, 2 TDs. Trubisky is not a lock to return against the Giants in Week 13. The Lions stacked the box and dared Daniel to beat them, and he did. Bears just got 38 yards on the ground, but that was fine. Giants are coming off very questionable play calling in the second half in their 25-22 loss at Philadelphia on Sunday. Manning had another nice game, 26 for 37, 297 yards, 1 TD, 1 pick. Barkley continues to play well, 13 for 101 yards, 1 TD. Why did he only get 13 carries, Donnie? What the hell was going on? What were they thinking? Beckham goes 5 for 85 yards. They averaged 7.1 yards a play compared to the Eagles' 5.7 yards a play, and they lost. They held Wentz and the Eagles to just 214 yards through the air, and they lost. Questionable things going on. But should the Bears be a 4.5-point favorite on the road? My first instinct is no.
No, and I would agree with you there. I actually would agree with you. Do I think the Chicago Bears are a better overall football team? Absolutely. Now, look, the Giants dominated the Philadelphia Eagles for a good portion of that game and should have won that football game. You know, the Eagles got a couple breaks go against them early with holding penalties where they scored and, had some big plays called back, but that favor was returned late in the football game. And let's just say there was a pass interference penalty in the end zone before the Giants kicked the field goal. How would you feel about this game, Jimmy, if the Giants were headed in on a 3-game win streak at home and now playing versus the Chicago Bears? The one say, I don't think Pat Shermer's a very good head football coach, but I think it's pretty clear the team is playing hard for him, and I think they can correct some of those mistakes. I had no idea. Maybe Saquon Barkley, threw a punch at the head coach at halftime, and they said, you know what, we're going to sit you out, but we're just going to make up some story. It didn't make any sense because he was running roughshod. As long as you handed him the football or threw Saquon Barkley the football, similar to the way they played on the Thursday night football game versus the Eagles, he dominated the Eagles, and he just went away in the second half. I don't think that's going to take place. The one thing I like a little bit more here, Jimmy, is, again, I'm going to lean on the over in this spot. 44.5 seems a little bit light here. And if you look at the advanced, weather reports coming out, now sometimes there's a cloudiness here and maybe a little bit of rain, what they're looking for. But we're looking at close to 60-degree temperatures here in the Northeast, which is similar to why I like the Eagles over early in the week versus the Giants. It's very rare in the Northeast, especially this time of year, that you don't get heavy winds and, 35 degrees or below. Looks like it's going to be a pretty balmy day. And the good part about it is Eli Manning's going to be under intense pressure in this game, Jimmy. You know what that means? Oh, my God, I need to throw this football up in the air for grabs, which is interceptions, which is big plays, which is strip sack fumbles. I like it all the way around. If you can get that same type game out of Chase Daniel that you got last week versus the Detroit Lions, this game should go over the total. So Chicago should be somewhere in the high 20s in this game, and just by default, Eli Manning is going to throw and throw and throw and throw and throw, which is fantastic because he's going to throw a couple interceptions. We'll throw a couple touchdowns.
That makes sense. Big Joe Capper says, I like the over in this game too, Jimmy. Again, 45 ain't shit in today's NFL. Robert Weimer says the Bears going up against the statue of QB. This one is the play of the day. Hammer it early before the books come to their senses. Wow.
Yeah.
I find that so interesting. Odar Lira, my man from Venezuela, leans Giants in this spot. Sean Mick, Giants heads are down. Bears, I think, will go all out here, knowing they play the Rams the following week. So a win for the Bears. Al Cervix says, I don't see Chicago D falling flat here. They are dogs. Tomor says, Bears defense should control the game. Eagles had no secondary with the injuries. Mikey T says, Giants Eagles should have went over last week. I think they had 30 at halftime. Yeah, that was a very... I actually pushed on the show with 47, but I got 47.5 on my bet, so I lost my bet, but pushed on Loshak in the bag. Very interesting game. It makes me so excited. This is one of these games that's going to be so much fun, breaking it down all week and then coming together on Friday. But just one last moment, or one last thought. Tomor saying, I'd lean under. Bears won't stay aggressive with the lead if they get up early. But the Giants will be aggressive. They will be aggressive. So I do like the call on the over. And Big Joe Capper saying, I see a strip sack in this from Mac.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.